The Young and the Restless spoilers for July 28th to August 1st reveal an emotional week ahead. Nate learns about Damien's death and then has to tell Amy. Jack makes a sacrifice for Billy. And, finally, Adam and Victoria call a truce. Will it last? Next week on The Young and the Restless. Nate learns about Damien. After spending so much time in the south of France, the murder mystery comes to a close next week. And more of the action actually takes place in Genoa City. But the biggest thing that happened in Nice, Damien's death and exactly why he was murdered, will have to be dealt with. In fact, expect Lily, Crystal Khalil, to inform Nate, Sean Dominic, about Damien's passing. When she relays the tragic news, how will Nate react? He and Damien, Jermaine Rivers, were finally in a good place, and now this? It will undoubtedly be hard news for Nate to process. What's even harder is that after he learns about what happened to his half-brother, Nate has to share the bad news with Amy, Valerie Pettiford. And the brutal way Damien went out is something that will utterly devastate the woman who's already suffering from cancer. No mother should have to deal with something like this. Read this. Here's what's coming up next on YNR. Jack makes a sacrifice. Meanwhile, Nice was not so nice for Jack, Peter Bergman, and Billy, Jason Thompson. Billy decided to unload all responsibility for Abbott communication onto Sally, Courtney Hope, while he concentrates on teaming up with Kane, Billy Flynn, to go after Chancellor. Even though the two never talked about it until this last week. And even then, Kane said he would think about it. This whole business had Jack thinking about cutting the cord with Billy and letting him succeed or fail on his own. Maybe his presence in Billy's life is detrimental to the man. So look for Jack to make a sacrifice for Billy by the end of next week. Adam makes peace, not war. It looks like Adam, Mark Grossman, and Victoria, Amelia Heinley, are about to solidify their latest détente. Yes, Victoria and Adam call a truce, which is great since lately they have been downright nice and empathetic towards each other, while Victor, Eric Braden, Nikki, Melody Thomas Scott, and Nick, Josh Morrow, were in France. The two found that they were able to have civil conversations. And Adam had compassion for what Victoria was going through with Cole, Jay, Eddie Peck. Meanwhile, Victoria saw that Adam had their families back as he took care of the company while the rest of the Newmans were walking through mazes. It had to help that he climbed up and down a mountain for the family as well, right? Read this. YNR has apparently gone to the dogs. Find out how. Odds and ends. Obviously, things between Kyle, Michael Mueller, and Audra Zuleika Silver are in a horrible place. It doesn't look like that's going to end anytime soon. There may even be an escalation next week when Kyle and Audra's power struggle takes a dangerous turn. By dangerous, do they mean physically? Or is this something more along the lines of psychologically or metaphorically? And why is it that Jack, Peter Bergman, and Diane Susan Walters need to worry about Kyle shortly after whatever this happens? Unsurprisingly, things get complicated for Nick and Sharon Case. The two spent a ton of time together in Nice, including being locked up together against their will. So, what does complicated mean between these two? Could these two be inching closer to a reunion? Finally, Daniel, Michael Graziadei, is skeptical of Phyllis's, Michelle Stafford, latest plan. Presumably, because it involves Kane Ashby. Daniel probably thinks that nothing could get worse than his mom working with Billy Abbott, and now she's trying to hitch her wagon to Kane. Did Phyllis's plans change based on what happened in France? What plan is she going with? There's a lot of drama in Genoa City on The Young and the Restless this week. Let's take a look at all of the thrilling stories coming up this week with The Young and the Restless spoilers for the week of July 28th to August 1st. More soaps news. Sign up for the What to Watch Soapbox newsletter. General Hospital spoilers week of July 28th to August 1st. Days of Our Lives spoilers week of July 28th to August 1st. Beyond the Gates spoilers week of July 28th to August 1st. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers week of July 28th to August 1st. Below you will find The Young and the Restless spoilers for the week of July 28th below, courtesy of Soap Opera News. Monday, July 28th. Victor and Nikki make surprising decisions to protect their family. Chance maintains law and order at the chateau, and Nick and Sharon discuss their complicated past. Tuesday, July 29th. Phyllis and Billy defend Kane. Kyle and Audra's power struggle takes a dangerous turn, and Lily informs Nate about Damien's passing. Wednesday, July 30th. Victor teaches Kane a hard lesson. Victoria and Adam call a truce, and Nate shares bad news with Amy. Thursday, July 31st. Victor unites his